Good morning, everyone. This is Johnny Welsh. Okay, we have Karen DeWeese. She's going to be running the computer, and we have Natasha Delani, who is going to be the backup for Karen. Okay, and we have Debbie Hanson, our director of graduation and evaluation here. And this morning, the WebEx is graduation services, and it's being presented by Nalita Baker. She's our coordinator for graduation, and she's going to take you through the internal processes from the time the student applies to graduation, the review process until the student receives the finished product, which is hopefully his diploma. Okay, so I'll turn it over to Nalita now. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Nalita Baker. I am the graduation coordinator for CTC, and as Dean Welsh said, I'll be going over a few things related to graduation. This first slide provides the main contact information for graduation. Students can contact us through any of these ways. If they need the information, here it is for you. Listed on the slide is a few of the things that we do in the office. We process the graduation for CTC students worldwide, past and present. We're the office that confers the degrees and certificates, whether it's through the regular application process, the reverse transfer, or through institutional awards. We also offer the preliminary graduation review. We are the record keepers for the CTC Online High School, formerly API. We can also generate duplicate diplomas. And then we also do the graduation for the early college high school. Today's focus will just be on the regular application process. Participating or marching in a commencement ceremony does not mean that the degree or the certificate has been conferred or that the student has graduated. We have students contact the office asking about diplomas, stating that they never received it, but that they participated in the ceremony, and whether the ceremony was at the CTC site or even with main campus. So I wanted to explain the difference between commencement and graduation. Oftentimes, the terms are interchanged, but they do not refer to the same thing. Commencement is the public recognition of achievement, but does not confer the degree or the certificate. This is where students walk across the stage are in cap and gown, and it allows their family and friends to take their pictures. Graduation refers to the means to complete all academic, student, and college requirements to obtain the degree or certificate. Students often comment that they apply for graduation and have not received any information. The graduation review process is a long process and does not officially start until the submission deadline has passed. Then applications are reviewed in the order we receive them. So the first email that is sent to them just simply confirms that we have received their application. From the moment we download the application, students should contact us directly with any questions or concerns. The second email that goes out to the students is we are verifying the spelling of their name and that they're being reviewed for the correct degree. We are also letting them know that we are mailing out some paperwork to them. This paperwork that we're mailing includes an information letter, which again explains the process and provides contact information, a checklist, which we do need back, and the checklist will state why the student was not clear or why the student was not clear and what prevents us from mailing the diploma. And finally, the marching form. This form only needs to be returned to the graduation office if they plan on participating in the ceremony with main campus. Once we're in the review period, after the review is completed, two things will happen. If I cannot clear the student at that time, then the student will be mailed a status letter listing out each requirement that's missing. If I can clear them, their transcript is updated, a student is sent a cleared email. This email will go to the email address listed on their application, And this email confirms that they have cleared, and we're going to verify their mailing address one last time before we mail the diploma off. The official transcript and the diploma are mailed within 2 to 3 days after this email is sent. At any time during the review period, if there is a change of address, then we need that information in writing from the student. Otherwise, the diploma and transcript will be mailed to the address listed on the graduation application. Once the graduation date has passed, students are then mailed a 30-day last chance letter. This is a final reminder of what is still missing, and they're given a deadline date to complete that requirement. After that deadline date has passed, students are then declared a no-grad. So at any point when inquiring about a student's graduation, we go by what is written on their graduation application. Students can apply for graduation through eTree. The form the student needs to fill out is titled Application for Degree or Certificate. They can type degree into the search box, and this form is what will pull up. If the student is having problems and they cannot submit electronically, they can always contact us, and my staff will talk them through or provide them assistance as far as getting the form in. And then if it's a local student, they are more than welcome to come up to Building 119, Room 224. We do have a computer set up for them, and the staff is available to assist them filling out the form. One thing about applying for graduation, if the student enrolls in their final classes in that last semester, they need to apply for graduation of the beginning of that semester, not the end. If they wait to apply for graduation after their classes have ended, they will be added to the next graduation. So here are the graduation deadlines. These are the official deadlines for each of the graduations that we have. They are listed on the application. They're in the catalog, and they're also on our webpage. Graduation is not an automatic process. Students must complete the application for a degree or certificate, and the student must fill out this form, not a CTC rep. We also will need a separate application if the student believes they have completed another degree or certificate. So when I am conducting the graduation review, the question I have to ask for each student is, does that student have all the requirements met to graduate? And then it's a yes or no when I'm going through the review. The graduation review is not the time for students to find out what they still need. So this leads us to the graduation requirement. Students must apply for graduation by the deadline date. They must successfully complete all courses required for the degree or certificate, earn a C or better grade for any major related course in the program of study, complete at least 25% of the degree or certificate semester credit hours at CTC. To meet the 25% residency, classes can be either in a traditional CTC setting or taken online with CTC regardless of location. Developmental courses, evaluated credit, and transfer courses do not count towards CTC residency. I have to calculate two GPAs, the CTC GPA and the graduation GPA. For the CTC GPA, students must earn at least a 2.0 grade point average on a 4.0 scale on all CTC coursework. All CTC courses completed are calculated into the CTC GPA, even if the courses were not used to meet specific degree or certificate requirements. For the graduation GPA, students must earn at least a 2.0 cumulative GPA on a 2.0 scale, which includes transfer credit applied to the degree and all CTC coursework. Again, developmental courses do not count towards final GPA, degree completion, or satisfy residency. And finally, students must meet state, institutional, licensure, and other agency rules as applicable. And TSI obligated students seeking an associate degree or a level 2 certificate must be TSI complete or exempt in reading, writing, and mathematics. Shown are some of the things that students can be placed on hold for. Financial holds. If debt to a college, students cannot owe CTC any money. Transcripts. Official transcripts from regionally accredited schools. CTC policy states all official transcripts from regionally accredited colleges or universities attended must be on file in order to confer graduation, regardless of whether or not credit is utilized from the school to meet graduation requirements. This is in accordance with our SACSOC accreditation standard. If a student is placed on hold for a transcript and the school does not release the transcript, we will need a letter from that school on their letterhead stating so. If the student states that they never attended, then we will need a letter of non-attendance, again, on their letterhead. The school information is usually pulled from the admissions application. So if a student questions where we got the school, that's where we have information available from. GPA below 2.0, TSI, and for residency, should the student ever ask how we determine the number of hours of residency needed, it's simply the total semester hours needed times 0.25. And we use the same calculation for our certificate. This next part covers the preliminary graduation review. So if the student is unsure that they are ready for graduation, then we offer this preliminary review. It's a one-time optional review offered to students prior to graduation. Students who have 9 to 12 semester hours remaining to complete that degree, or when students believe they are in their final semester. They must have also been previously written up on that degree plan. The preliminary review is done for the degree certificate that the student plans on graduating on. It is not to answer what if scenarios. What I mean by that is students start submitting multiple requests for different degrees just to see if they qualify. This is not what the preliminary review is designed for. Once the preliminary review is completed, students are emailed their results and a reminder about applying for graduation. The preliminary graduation review form is available through eTrees, and in the form search, students can type in preliminary or graduation, and this is the form that pulls up. Students often confuse this form with the actual graduation application form. Please let your students know that submitting this form does not mean that they have applied for graduation. And finally, this is everyone who works in the graduation office. Again, my name is Melita Baker, and I conduct the official graduation review. Erica Einhaus, as the graduation advisor evaluator. Erica does the preliminary review, graduation review. Jessica and Melissa cannot answer degree plan questions. They can only answer questions related to graduation process, the status of the graduation, or if their diplomas have gone out. Degree plan questions should always come to either Erica or myself. As representatives of this college, it is safer when a student asks questions about graduation to just send them to us, because graduation is just more than completing classes. Any questions?
You can feel free to chat in your question and we'll read them. If if you have any.
Can you tell me what the difference is in an institutionally awarded degree or certificate versus the student applying?
Okay, the regular application student is submitting the application that they want to be reviewed for a particular degree. The institutional award is something that we do internally, and we've gone through that student's record to determine do they have the requirements for that specific degree. So the institutional awards are more internally done than students applying for graduation.
We do a lot of certificates institutionally because if we're going over something, a student's record, and we see that they may also have completed the certificate, we will go ahead and award that, not at the time of graduation, but after the fact. So it's something that if we're doing a project and for a particular group of students to see if they are finished with their degree or something of that nature.
About how soon after the graduation ceremony? Okay, do you wait until after the ceremony to mail out the diplomas, or are the diplomas mailed out as they're cleared?
Diplomas are mailed out as cleared. We don't wait until the actual graduation date.
So there's a possibility if you were cleared today for the December graduation, you will get your certificate in the next couple of weeks, way before December, but it will still have the December graduation date because that is the official date of your graduation.
Well, if there are no more questions, we'll wrap this up and get back to work. Appreciate all of you for joining us this morning. We will have our next webinar on November 1st, and it will be from our evaluations department. Have a great weekend, everyone. Thank you again for joining us.